All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is 5 p.m. West Coast time, 2 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. Not only is it 7 p.m., we are coming at you at a 7:20 broadcast here. So if your source can handle that source, that's the source we're coming at you from. But we've got the gear, so if your system can't handle that, that's okay. Wind it down a little bit and you'll be good to go. Awesome, Rick. Thanks so much for hanging out and letting us know that we've got that gear. It looks like Rick is one of our main contributors today. We will get into that detail a little bit later, but in the meantime, why don't we get this party started? All right, then why don't we get the music going as well? It looks like we've got other folks coming on into the house. Picola T, also a contributor for today's show, and Gina Excelente. All right, we've got folks coming on in. And let's see here. All right, so as per the usual, why don't we talk about what's going on in our neck of the woods these days? Gina, is it still windy? Is it still rainy? Picola T, I'll bet you've got a couple raindrops coming your way. From what I have seen on the interwebs, Hawaii is due to get a bit of a downpour on Kauai and Oahu today, although Maui County and the Big Island might not get the rain. I don't know why the YouTube algorithms think that I need to know Hawaii's weather forecast, but I don't mind, and I watch them, which is probably why they think I want to see them. And let's see here, Darlene also in the house today. Excelente. All right, so we don't have any rain up here in the Seattle area, but what we do have is a 78-degree day. It is continuing on our second summer. However, the sky is that hazy shade of fire, as it were. So I'm thinking we're going to have a very beautiful sunset again tonight. As it turns out, the main fire that is closest to the Seattle region, it's called the Bolt Creek fire. They've just determined it was caused by human activities. They're not getting into details about that. That's kind of a bummer. It's a 12,000 acre fire so far, and it's only about 30% contained. The highway, one of the highways across the state, is still closed because of this fire. It's been definitely a few weeks now since that highway has closed. Luckily, evacuations for the area have been lifted, although the authorities that be tell everybody to keep on your toes. You might need to get on out. The reason why I'm saying this is because a few, like maybe last week, eMusic and Rick and Darlene were saying that the smoke from the West Coast was actually making its way over to the Central Time Zone area, and I'm just letting them know there might be still more smoke coming your guys' way, right? I mean, they have not got this fire under control. In fact, every day that I go and read about it, the fire has gotten larger and larger. Granted, the amount that's been contained is larger and larger as well, but still, larger and larger is never a good thing. I'm hoping that we're going to get some rain pretty soon, but I don't think that we've got it. Hawaii, you got to send your rain our way after you're done with it, though. You don't need enough, just enough to make y'all wet. I don't want you guys to be all flooded. So exactly, Picola T. Uh-oh, fire bad, rain good. That is exactly it. Picola T, excellent. Present and accounted for. And Gina, windy and rainy, but hanging in there and still have power. So perfect. I hope that you still had power, because if you didn't still have power, I would probably wag a little finger at you and say, why are you wasting your batteries on this show? I would be honored. We're honored for your presence. But if you don't have power, goodness gracious, save it for emergencies. And I'm not so sure that this is an emergency, but I'm glad you have power so you can hang out, so you don't get that finger wag. See, I didn't wag the finger. That was a what if finger wag. And let's see here. Awesome. Kenny from the Cove also in the house today. And let's see here. Andre also in the house, West Coast, and in the state that is usually the one that's on fire, saying, man, can you imagine all the pot that goes up, at least in California, that gets burned in these wildfires? Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of weed growing in the woods up where this fire is. Absolutely, some of these forest ravines and ridges up in the mountains are basically not traversable, and that's part of the reason why the fire hasn't been contained, because I can't really get up there to do much about it. But I do know that California does still have some areas in their forest where illicit forestry is going on, and there might be one or two flowers that get up in smoke, not on purpose, as it were. So, oh right, Gina, you wouldn't have Wi-Fi for this without power. Of course. What was I thinking? Let's see here. And so it looks like for Milwaukee, hold on, we're looking at 55 degrees, which is a little chilly, but not too bad. And humidity 74%. That's nice. That sounds like a very nice, pleasant evening weather, because that's right. It is later in the day over there in the central time. So yeah, warmer during the day. And let's see here. Pecola T letting us know that it is 78 degrees. It is 84% humidity, and there's a light rain going on. And that is exactly what I like to hear. A little bit of light rain. None of this flooding out the streets that happens whenever Maui or Kauai or whatever gets huge dumped on. That's no good. We just like constant little rains. That's what keeps us in the evergreen greenery up here in Washington State. And I think it probably would work too in Hawaii, what with the windward sides being all lush and green, because they just get a little bit of rain all the time. Not a lot of rain, just a little bit all the time. All right, so speaking of Hawaii and speaking of Pecola T, I was a little bit jealous to get a little bit of a message from her yesterday. But I was also very excited to get a message from her yesterday, because Pecola T is one of the fortunate ones who actually live on Oahu, and she got to see Andy Bumatai live last night. Live after I don't even know how many years he has taken a break from the stage. Now, if you are on the social medias, you will notice that Andy did post a couple pictures of his show last night, but I've got exclusive pictures here. Let's do this. I've got exclusive pictures from our own source on the ground. That's right, Pecola T. And not only was Pecola T our source on the ground, Andy immediately recognized her, totally knew who she was, came over and introduced himself to all of her friends, made sure everybody was comfortable, had their drinks, had their poo-poos before the lights went down and the show started. So definitely a beautiful host. Big Bad Fox 19, howdy, good to see you. Right now we are looking at pictures from last night's event on Oahu, where Andy Bumatai, that would be Andy Bumatai in the white printed shirt, who we're only seeing the back of his head. I think it was 3 years is what Pecola T is saying. In 3 years nearly was the last time Andy took the stage. So this was his first time back on stage. I think there was there was two other comedians whose names escape me right now. So I'm going to have Pecola T perhaps bring up the rear here with all of the details. Tumoa, is that his name? Tumoa Tuane or something like that? Oh, goodness gracious. I just massacred that guy's name. And then some other guy who I've never heard of. Either way, it sounds like it was a great show. And Rick, I totally recognize that shirt too. And you know what, Rick? I have to say, Andy, I think, has lost a little bit of weight, because to me, it looks like he is swimming in that shirt. He looks like he might need the next size down. So even though he has not been on stage for the last couple years, his one-wheel endeavors have kept him trimmed. Obviously, he is not gaining weight behind the desk like some of us. I'm not going to point fingers at anybody, but I might be pointing fingers at me. And yeah, exactly. Pecola T just won at Show and Tell, without a doubt. And Gina Pippin says hi. Excelente. give Pippin a little ear scritch for me. And so it was Tumoa Tuane, right? Okay, and another young comedian open for Andy. All right, yeah, and the other young comedian, unfortunately, Andy has him mentioned on his social medias. I just did not make note of the name, and I do not remember it. But so I am very, very, very sorry that that name has been left off of the roster, so to speak. So it was more than just Andy and Tumoa. It was also that other young kid. So, so yeah, there we go. And I have to say, and I think that Pecola T probably has proof of it, unless she erased it. And I didn't erase it, so I have proof of it. The one thing that I said when Pecola T said, "Oh my God, I just met Andy," and my response last night and now was, "Squee!" I was so excited. And I just wish that I could be there. But hopefully Andy will be on the hopefully Andy will be on tour in the next year or so. In 2023, there might be vague hints and ideas of him hitting the mainland. Obviously, no promises. Do not quote me about any kind of future plans, but I do believe that he has hinted on his social medias that there might be a tour that they're thinking about doing. And if that's the case, I'm definitely going to try to catch him. And let's see here. So Pecola T, the last name was Mane, pronounced Mane, was the other comedian. Okay, cool. Thank you for coming in with something, because I do feel kind of bad not having that name off the top of my head. And yeah, Big Bad Fox 19, you don't have the best reception, whatever. I thought you said prescription for a second, and I thought that was cute. But yeah, we do have a little gear maybe right here. So if you click it and you like lower the resolution, that might help. Obviously, there's a whole lot of other factors that go into the quality of the feed and the stream, but that might help. So throwing that out there. And yeah, I think Rick is trying to help too. And yeah, and also don't worry, this is a spell-free zone, as we call it here. Autocorrect is so untrustworthy that we call it auto-carrot. So yeah. So let's see here. Andre, thank you so much for gifting that sub. And let's see here. Pussycat, you were in the chat on Billy V, and he had hurt tooth, and you unintentionally made him laugh. And when he did, he hurt his face and didn't mean to do it. Watch the replay and you'll see. Actually, I think, unless you did it twice, Pussycat, I did see that happen. I tuned in at the very last little bit of Billy V the other night. Billy V Live, by the way, for those of you who are like, what are they even talking about? Billy V is a Hawaiian radio and television personality. He has a stream every Friday night, 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 6 p.m. West Coast time. And it's usually about a half an hour, 45-minute show, letting everybody know what's going on in the coming week, the weekend and week ahead for the Hawaiian Islands, all the entertainment, etc. Sometimes we hang out there, and this particular week, Billy V probably should not have even been on scene, because yeah, he had some tooth issues, and boy oh boy was he in a very uncomfortable situation. And oh my gosh, Big Bad Fox, yeah, the twitchy of twitchiness is definitely not the biggest of your concerns at all. So goodness gracious, yeah, do what you need to do to reset your thing, or just go be safe. I had no idea that you were actually literally out in the world, not just hanging out in your living room with a potentially messed up Wi-Fi router. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. Let's see if you can continue to hang out. Yeah, I didn't realize your circumstances were quite as extreme as it sounds like they are. So let's see here. Andre, you are going to be heading down the avenue to get your Chinese food. You'll be back in a bit. Fantastic. I hope that you get some tasty, tasty noodles for your Chinese food. I don't know what your usual Chinese food order is, but I have found the most delicious Cantonese style noodles at my Chinese food restaurant. And I have to say, I think I order them every single time. And Big Bad Fox, cool. Hope you are able to make it back. And if not, we will. You will be welcome back with open arms whenever you manage to get back here. And let's see here. Funniest line from Andy last night, close to end. No hana how, pretend I left and came back. Oh, I should say that 5 minutes into show and you won't have been impressed by a 90-minute encore. You would have been impressed by a 90-minute encore. That's hysterical. That is so funny. And it reminds me, actually, I had a band that I used to hang out, I used to watch all the time, called the Super Suckers. In fact, the Super Stoked emote that we have here is literally based on the Super Suckers logo. And the Super Suckers, they hated to do encores. I mean, or actually, let me rephrase that. They loved to do encores, but they just hated the whole stupidness of leaving the stage and then pretending. If a band knows they're gonna do an encore, they just always thought it was stupid that you like leave and then come back. So what they would always do is their patented fake encore, which is they would stay on the stage and they would just be like, all right, this is our last song for the night. We're going to stay on the stage. We're going to turn our backs. And then when we turn back around, that's our encore. And then the rest of the set would be the encore set. And it saved time. You know, you didn't have to wait for them to get off the stage and then come back on the stage and whatever. You got more songs out of the evening. And so I am all a fan of the patented fake encore, frankly. And let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, you just wiped out a plate of braised beef ribs and you're feeling the 4 Fs, fat, full, funky, and fabulous. Nice. That sounds delicious, actually. And let's see here. Oh, Darlene, you had salmon patties, steamed broccoli, and buttered noodles. That sounds quite lovely. Now, Darlene, I know that you and Rick like to avoid the carbs. Are there any kind of special noodles, or was this just like oh no, we're doing full carb noodles today? Or was this like zucchini noodles, or was this like rice noodles, or, I guess rice noodles aren't really low carb, but anyway, I was just wondering if you had any special kind of noodles, because, it never hurts to find low carb noodles that are tasty, right? Right. Because noodles, for the most part, are just tasty anyway. But, low carb, can't go wrong with that. Let's see here. All right, so now we've talked a little bit about weather today. We've talked a little bit about the rain. We've talked a little bit about this, that, and the other thing. Kenny, Sunday carbs don't count during football season. Okay. And, okay, Darlene, you did a cheat day today. You made a chicken salad and you took it up to your brother. Fantastic. That's valid. That is very valid. So, as I was saying, we've talked a little about the weather, et cetera, et cetera. And if you've hung out here on this stream a little bit, you probably know that people in the Pacific Northwest don't usually use umbrellas, right? Right. In fact, we kind of sometimes make fun of people using umbrellas. Now, I understand that Hurricane Ian is not necessarily something to make fun of because it was serious devastation. And I think over 80 people had lost their lives in it. But I did see this picture. It did make me giggle. And I did want to share it with you guys because this is how Pacific Northwesterners think of umbrellas and how useful they actually are. So I just don't see the point in an umbrella. We use clothing that is waterproof instead of a piece of fabric that would be caught in the wind. I don't really know what these guys were thinking. And like I said, other devastation that happened during the hurricane makes the hurricane not funny. But this picture, to me, was hysterical. And Pussycat, you had a barbecue pork sandwich? Yum. Let's see here. So, Big Bad Fox 19, you're back back with us. Good. And Gina, see, I'm so glad that you can get a little bit of a laugh out of it. I know it's not a funny subject, but that picture, I mean, it's just like, what did you think your umbrella was gonna do in a hurricane? I mean, best case scenario is you're gonna be flying like Mary Poppins, and even still, I don't know if that's something that you want to be doing in a hurricane, flying through the air with like Mary Poppins. And let's see here. So yeah, it definitely umbrella fail. And you walk into the wind. I know, right? I mean, it just, oh geez, there's so many things wrong with that flippin' picture. And oh, thank you, eMusic. I just got it now. Yeah, can't have the Honu on its back. And let's see here. So, Pacola T, you're heading to Waikiki in a few minutes with your friends visiting from Kirkland. Gonna try to get Henry Capono at Duke's today. Yeah, fingers crossed that you can get in. And let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, rain jacket with a hood or a big banana slicker with a hood, way better than an umbrella. Yeah, I mean, exactly. You know, that is, and you know, and I think, good. Darlene, Gina, I'm just so glad that you guys really aren't getting your panties up in a bunch, and I'm glad that you guys have a similar sense of humor as I do in regards to that one picture, because, I mean, I just don't know what they were thinking. And yeah, Pussycat, I guess umbrellas probably do make great lightning rods. Another thing you don't probably want during a tropical storm or a hurricane. And so yeah. Now, Big Bad Fox, how is everything doing? I'm not sure if you're asking about the Hurricane Ian folk in particular, or if you're asking about the world in general. We're not going to talk about the world in general, but the Hurricane Ian folk, as a general rule, it has the hurricane that went through the U.S. earlier this week, has petered out to nothingness, and it's just windy and rainy. And so, okay, you're just asking us in general. Well, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so I didn't have to deal with it, which is why I could sit back and point and laugh at pictures like this. Luckily, though, a couple folks who did have to deal with it are also getting a giggle out of it, so at least I didn't offend the folks that actually had to deal with that hurricane. And the folks that had to deal with that hurricane in this stream and survived it, didn't lose power for the most part, it didn't get hit directly for the most part, so people like Gina and Pussycat are pretty thankful, I think, at this moment that they are able to be here. Big Bad Fox, your family's in Houston. Luckily, Houston, I don't think was in the path at all. I mean, I'm sure they probably got a couple drops of rain or something like that, but God, you know, Houston floods at the drop of a hat. I mean, you know, a rain cloud looks at it sideways and suddenly Houston's flooding it so flat. So definitely something that obviously, if you're not home in Houston and you're far away and you're not sure what's going on, no flippin' wonder you were just like, oh, I hope my family's okay. Because yeah, Houston has a way of getting underwater. Houston has a way of getting underwater real easy, real quick. And yes, Gina, it's about the umbrellas and not Ian specifically. Precisely. Yeah, the only thing that made that an Ian joke was because it was a picture that was taken during it, but really it's all about the umbrella fail. And so I'm glad that you guys are rolling along with my sense of humor here. Yeah, Gina, I know that you're up near DC, but still though, it sounded like you got like a little bit of the storm. I mean, obviously not anything like other places, like Charleston, South Carolina or whatever. But still though, I mean, it's kind of amazing how long those things last, you know, and how many people get affected by, you know, one storm. And, you know, when really it's just like, no, it's basically just, you know, it's a family of storms that's moving up and down or whatever. And so let's see here. Yeah, you had a news blackouts. Yeah, that makes sense. It's really, Fort Myers, if you knew anybody in Fort Myers, Florida, they are Fort Myers is devastated, period, end of story. But Pussycat, who's more closer to, say, the Daytona area, didn't lose power, so that was super stoked. But as he's saying, still have debris in your yard to clean up. All your garbage cans are full. Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of the garbage cans were full. And then, of course, there was some streets that were flooded so deeply that various and assorted marine life were swimming up and down them. I think there's a video on YouTube, or I know there's a video on YouTube, of a shark swimming up the street in Fort Myers. However, it may or may not be a shark. It's hard to identify, but the one thing that you can very clearly see is, yes, it's a fish. Yes, it is huge. Maybe it's not a shark, but it's still big and it's in the street. So who cares if it's a shark? Who cares if it's a marlin? Who cares if it's a whateverness? It's not supposed to be where it is. That's how bad the water flow got. And, oh, good. Your folks had leave down in that area. Well, I hope that those folks that didn't have leave, still were required to evacuate, because Fort Myers is definitely not a happy place to be right now. And Rick, sharks in the streets. Great, what's next? Sandworms. Well, all I can say is at least the shark was in the street and not flying through the air like a Sharknado. Right. And let's see here, Pussycat, the highway A1A at the top of your street is still covered by sand. Yeah, see, not at all surprised, because, yeah, you're really close to the water, Pussycat. I was not happy to think about what you might be facing when Ian was coming through. I definitely, I have some vague association with various peoples down in Florida, but you were the one that I was just like, the most for. So, eMusic, what are sandworms? Well, last night we watched a movie on StatterBox at the cinema called Beetlejuice, and one of the characters in that movie was a sandworm. It was a huge, monstrous worm. A worm big enough that a human can ride it. And it lived in the sand, and it sort of, it was like a sand serpent, as it were. And then, of course, in Dune, there's the sandworms. And then, of course, in Tremors, there's the sandworms. And I swear there was another... I feel like there was another TV show that made reference to sandworms. But I like to make things up. So we're gonna count that as me making stuff up. Yeah, Pussycat, 10 houses from the ocean. That's pretty close. See, okay, Big Bad Fox. Star Wars had sandworms. Yeah, sandworms are like all the flippin' rage, you guys. They're terrifying. They seem terrifying. No matter what context they appear, they seem flippin' terrifying. And, Kenny from the Cove, if you peek out your window and marine life is riding dirty up your street, your neighborhood is definitely up Paddle Creek without a, yeah, exactly. I like that, up Paddle Creek without a, there you go. And, let's see here. Okay, Kenny from the Cove, the Sarlacc was the sandworm in Star Wars. Awesome. Okay, so I'm not Star Wars is just not really my milieu, but, when you say it was, the Sarlacc was the sandworm in Star Wars, do you mean the movie? The movie Star Wars? Or do you just mean the Star Wars umbrella series? And Pussycat, there's 6 Tremors movies? 6 of them? Are we talking about the same movie? The one with Kevin Bacon. Tremors had Kevin Bacon in it. The first one had Kevin. Are we talking about the same movie? There are 6 of them? And then my next question is Kevin Bacon in all of them? Am I making stuff up? I thought, wait, what? Okay, so, Kenny, it was Return of the Jedi. All right, gotcha. And, And let's see here. You're kind of bummed out that you had great news a few days ago and you haven't been able to share it with your wife. Oh, well, that's too bad. Obviously, if you want to share it with your wife first, then by all means, don't tell us. But if you're bursting at the seams and you want to tell us about some good news, you can always tell the StatterBox Crew. I think I might have an idea about what your news might be. So maybe a surprise might be worth the effort. I obviously don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I think I might be picking up what you're laying down. And okay, so your wife says that there's 6 of them, huh? And Darlene's like, I can't remember 6 movies. Oh, you were offered a promotion, which will bring you back stateside. I had a feeling coming back stateside was part of that surprise, but a promotion, even better. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, for the rest of your service even. Oh, dude. Well, I can only assume that she'll be super stoked about that. But obviously, I don't know. I don't know everything, but I think I'd be pretty stoked about that if I were her. And Pussycat, okay, so it actually is a series. I'm writing this down, not because I don't believe you, but because I don't believe you. No, I do. I just need to, for my own 6 movies, I need to go figure that. I need to see it for myself. I just don't even. I just can't even. But okay, so Pussycat though, does your wife know, or do you know, do all of them have Kevin Bacon in them? Because Kevin Bacon was in the first one, right? Right? And yeah, e-music, okay. I know you guys, we are like, topics are just scattering like crazy, but oh, you made a soup, yummy. You made chicken soup with vegetables that Darlene gave you from her garden. That is delicious. That is yummy. I'm a little bit jealous. I was this weekend going to make some soup stock to stock up my freezer with, because it seems like winter is coming, you know, and you want to stock up. But then this weekend we had 2 80-degree days, and it's just like, well, I'm not going to be boiling up bones just for during an 80-degree day. And okay, Pussycat, he was only in the first one. Okay. And yeah, exactly, Rick. I was kind of thinking like, oh, really? There's that many Tremors movies? Maybe we can have a series on StatterBox of the Cinema. That is exactly it. And Kenny from the Cove, Sharknado. There are 11 billion Tremors movies. Got it. I actually know somebody who was in Sharknado. He was in Sharknado 3. Yeah, so, you know, that series definitely had way more traction than I ever thought it would. I mean, I thought the first Sharknado idea was so ridiculous. And then there was a second one, and then there was a third one, and then I think there was, yeah. And, let's see here. Andre, so, Andre rocking some Travis Thompson. Well, he is going to get his Chinese food. Excelente. Travis Thompson, for those of you who might not know, is a local hip-hop artist from the town that I currently live in. He's from Burien. He also happens to be a Native American, I believe of Navajo ancestry, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, the reason why I bring it up is because this season he was featured in 2 Reservation Dogs episodes. The first episode actually wasn't really featured, just his music was featured in it. And then one of the other episodes, not only was he featured in it, he actually, I would say, was kind of like the co-star of the episode. And he's a very talented young man from my neck of the woods. And so I always am excited when Travis gets to be more and more known across the United States because, because he's a hometown kid. I've seen him skate at the skate park. I was, invited to his first album release party at the skate park. And it's just, and so, It's like a local boy does good. And oh my God, Pussycat, your wife Sherry is screaming at me that it's true. She found them all. Oh, fantastic. All right, Sherry, I believe you. I mean, I never really didn't believe you, but I really wanted to like get the list. So the list is out there. Sherry has it. Excelente. And Gina, no flippin' doubt. Sharknado caught on more than it should have. You don't even know. And let's see here. Big Bad Fox, you think that when you ship back stateside on Friday, you'll go to her work and turn up at her work and play EHR, the first song you ever wrote her? Oh, dude, that's exactly what you should do. That's exactly what you should do. And good to see you, by the way. And, I mean, honestly, actually, now, okay, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life there, Big Bad Fox, but if you're gonna do that, you should see if you can somehow, like, get an insider, you know, to videotape it, because that's the kind of stuff that goes viral. And I mean, I know you don't necessarily want to go viral, but also, though, it should, like, you want that on video just because it's going to be a moment, even if nobody but you and your wife ever sees it again, ever watches that video. If you could get an insider in there to just be like, oh, yeah, there's some Starbucks coming from I DoorDashed some Starbucks. It's going to be coming pretty soon or whatever, I don't know. I feel like if you could get an insider in there to get that video of when that moment happens, that would be kind of awesome. And let's see here. Kenny, you know a guy who was in Sharknado movie. He's the graduate of Cove High. He's an FBI agent now. Oh, wow. All right, then. And, oh, okay, yes, there you go. You'll get her sister to record it. They work in the same office. Perfect. Yes, that would be super awesome. Now, obviously, you can show it on your own social medias, but if you want to share that video with StatterBox Crew, because you're now part of the StatterBox Crew, I'm Mad Statter, we're all part of the StatterBox Crew. If you want to send us this video so we can watch it, madstatter@gmail.com is the address for all sorts of submissions that people will give to us for me to share with that crew. Belly Bear lurking, aloha, part of the K crew. That is okay. And yes, Rick, soundtrack for tonight's chatter is Lono music. Lono music is the music that Lono music is the music you will almost always hear on this stream. And if it's not Lono Music who's performing, it is a song that Lono Music produced. So we love to thank Lono Music for his generosity. E-Music, any more news on the train workers to strike? No, I have not heard anything yet. I don't know if the shops in my area have voted yet, but I do know that any kind of strike action will be happening after the elections. It'll be happening after November. So there's still plenty of time to stock up, just in case. And let's see here. Pussycat, look up Tremors on the internet for all. On October 7th, there's a Tremors marathon on cable. Oh, awesome. Let's see here. October 7th. That would be next Friday. All right. There we go. And Big Bad Fox, you're like, it's going to be a private affair. You already have a lot of embarrassment from your wife making me put the love songs I've made for her on YouTube. Okay, you have a very legitimate reason to keep things private. There's no two ways about that. But if you do change your mind, madstatter@gmail.com is where you can send it. And you've got alert because you have company. All right, that's cool. But hey, Belly Bear. Hey, Big Bad Fox. Hey, everybody. This is an example of things that people send to us. Rick, as many of you might know, Rick and Darlene have a magical, mystical, wonderful cabin on a lake in the northern part of their state. And not one but two videos got sent to me by Rick. So let's check out the first one.
Morning, Mad Statter Chatter Crew. This is Rick S. Still at the cabin. And you know the old song, Here Comes the Sun. Have a good day.
So, you know, that's that. A beautiful, beautiful Here Comes the Sun. And you're gonna ask her to remarry you with a brand new ring. That is so wonderful. You know, yeah, it is amazing how much those silly things cost, but hey, obviously you're willing to throw down. That's just amazing. And let's see here, Andre. Yeah, that was a nice sunrise. You just needed a loon in there. Totally. Now, you guys, okay, that was a pretty sunrise. That was very pretty. Holy flirking snit, Big Bad Fox. I would be afraid to be wearing that thing on my finger. Holy flirking snit. That is craziness. Sounds like you've got great plans, though. Yeah, without a doubt. And, all right, but you guys, so that sunrise was pretty. It was. But you guys want to see an even prettier sunrise? Because apparently there is one out there, and Rick caught it. So here's the second video that Rick shared with everybody.
Morning, Mad Statter and Chatters. This is Rick S. Just getting my day started. Watching the pre-dawn sky at my cabin. Enjoy the day.
So, that was, yeah, exactly. I know, Andre, exactly. That was a painting, not a sunrise. I know, right? It was absolutely stunning. But it sounds like Big Bad Fox might need some advice. So, Big Bad Fox, we are not guaranteeing our advice. In fact, some of our advice, especially the stuff that comes from me, is very bad. But throw it down. What do you need to know? We'll see if we can help. I mean, don't hold your breath that we're going to be able to help. But yeah, what's the question? Maybe we can help. And Pussycat, you have a Highwayman painting like that? Nice. Yeah, actually, I am going to take a screenshot of that video and put it in my collection of pictures to one day try to draw or color or try to recreate. And it won't end well, but I'm gonna still try. I'm not an artist. It's just fun to try and get your fingers all sticky with chalk and oil pastels. So, yeah, Gina, I was so flippin' gorgeous. And let's see here. Darlene would know, yep, beautiful sunrises up there, and some sunsets too. And so let's see here. You haven't seen your daughter since she was born. You were ordered out on mission when your wife was in labor. That sort of sucks. Okay, so okay, the plot has been set. Let's figure out what the problem is. And Poppy Shaney, good to see you. It's okay that you're late packing for your work trip to Virginia. That's right. Aren't you gonna buy and sell some aircraft and maybe gonna see Shock? That sounds awesome, and I hope to get an update on that trip. So, Big Bad Fox, she'll be 3 years old on Monday, and you're torn between buying her a puppy or a pony. Don't know which would be more appropriate. I would say a puppy would be more appropriate because you don't know if she's a pony person yet. I mean, I know she's 3 and she's a girl, so a pony does seem pretty logical. Not even gonna lie there. But I'm gonna say puppy first. And I also think that maybe you should talk to your wife before you buy her either. Just because your wife is probably gonna be the one who's gonna have to do the potty training or the stall shoveling. So, I'm going to say go with the smaller animal because they have smaller piles of poop, and that'll make less work for your wife in the long run. So that is my bad advice. Andre, however, coming in with way better advice, which is ponies can be kind of scary when you're 3. And since you haven't met her and you don't know what kind of horse exposure she's had, and besides that, you can always get her a pony later, right? I mean, right? So, yeah, I think that the smaller the poop pile, the better for right now. That's the basis of my logic. And let's see here. Pussycat, there are 4 original artists from South Florida and painted pictures of the Florida landscapes. You have 2 original ones. Wow, that's nice. That's good. I love collecting art, that like real art. Most of the art that I have is from, artists that nobody's ever heard of. But, one day after they're, dead for 400 years, they might be worth something. And I obviously won't cash in on it because I'll be dead for 399 years or something, but let's see here. Yeah. Yes. I think, yes, there you go. Big Bad Fox, yes. Exactly. Stick to the 57 diamond ring. Then ask your wife if she wants a puppy for your daughter. That I think is the plan. Now, I am with e-music because I am a cat person. Why not a kitten? But you've got the best reasons in the world for not having a kitten. So your reasons for no kittens make a lot of sense. So obviously kittens are off the table. But puppies, and Gina has a very great piece of advice as well, which I will fully, wholeheartedly back, which is don't buy the puppy. Definitely find an adoptable, a rescue organization, because rescues have puppies. Rescues do end up having puppies. So you'll definitely want to see if you can find a puppy from a rescue organization. There's no need to continue puppy mills and paying people to make puppies when puppies have a tendency and an ability to make themselves. It's amazing how things repopulate themselves with very little effort. And so, breathing is definitely necessary. So kittens are off the table. And Kenny from the Cove, kittens are off the table? Hobbs was always on your kitchen table. That's true, but see, you wouldn't be sharing a table with Big Bad Fox, because Big Bad Fox would be dead from asphyxiation from Hobbs, and it would be death by kitty cat. And if you guys remember, a couple streams ago, we did discuss that death by kitty cat is possible. As all y'all know, many of you know, had to go to the ER for a cat bite. And I swear if I hadn't, it probably would have killed me. So there's death. Cats have 9 lives, and cats have 9 ways that they can kill you. They can bite you. They can asphyxiate you. They can, I don't know what else they can do. That's the part of the secret 7 powers of kittens. There we go. That's right. And let's see here. Andre, thank you so much for the bits. And hey, Love Pat, good to see you here. Yes, all right. We are talking about kittens being killers, because the cutest kittens have the sharpest claws, and they can kill you. And let's see here. Rick, are you calling a 3-year-old like a cat? Just buy your beautiful wife a big gift and let the daughter play in the box. She'll be fine with that, just like a cat. And Poppy Shaney, I was this close to doing a segment on Bowie today. So you're bringing Bowie up, and I guess we are going to talk, even though I don't have any pictures of him. But as Poppy Shaney just said, the Seattle Kraken, the Seattle's hockey team, has unveiled their new mascot last night, Bowie the Troll. And yes, I have seen the mascot. I was at the bar last night, and I noticed they had hockey on the screen, and I happened to notice this weird mascot-looking thing that I'd never seen before in a Kraken jersey. And it wasn't until I got home that I found out that he had been debuted that night. I like him. I think he's cute. I think he's got a little pirate earring, which is neat. And he reminds me of, to me, when I saw him, my first thought was, awesome, it's the West Coast Gritty. Now, I don't know if they were going after a gritty, the Philadelphia Flyers gritty mascot, that big orange furry thing. I don't know if they were going for a gritty vibe, but all I could think of was that it looked like, it just reminded me of a West Coast gritty. So I was pretty stoked. I liked it, but I have a lot of, I've seen on social media, a lot of people don't like it. And one of the people was just like, why doesn't the Kraken have a Kraken for their mascot? And all I could think of was, how on earth is somebody dressed up like a Kraken supposed to go ice skating around a rink? That just seemed like a silly, silly, silly thing. And so, maybe other people who have better design minds could come up with a Kraken outfit that is ice skatable. But I think the little troll was like kind of cute. And so let's see here. Oh wow, Pussycat, you don't even have to wait to die. Yours are all like actually worth stuff. $20,000. That's beautiful. That's nice. And let's see here. A Big Bad Fox. Should you play her the first song you ever wrote for her, or the song you wrote when you first told her wait, hold on. The first song you ever wrote for her, the song I wrote for her when I first told her I loved her, or the newest song you've been working on? I'm going to suggest play the song that she knows. But I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that advice that I just gave you either. So, I don't know. I think that maybe the StatterBox Crew might need to weigh in on that. And let's see here. Yeah, okay, Darlene, you're right. Your kids used, to be honest, and your grandkids too, love playing in boxes. They made a boat out of one and pushed each other around, had a blast. Yeah, and if the box is big enough, you can make a fort. It really, I don't know. Poppy Shaney, all right, Gritty is your favorite East Coast mascot, but the San Jose Sharky is still your favorite West Coast mascot. All right. But, I don't know. I really like the little troll. I think he's cute. I do think he's cute. And, Big Bad Fox, truth be told, you're kind of terrified about going home as you've never had a child before, and, you've never been with her since she was born. What if she doesn't like you? Nervous as hell. Okay, well, first off, if you aren't a little bit terrified, then you are probably going to be a bad dad. But you are a little bit terrified, so that's actually a good sign, in my opinion. Now, people who are actually parents, because let me just tell you right now, I'm not a parent. People who are actually parents obviously are going to have opinions that should be weighed more than mine in this. But if you're terrified, that's actually a good sign, in my opinion, oddly enough. Now, second thing I'm going to say, and this is going to suck, but your daughter probably won't like you at first. She's not going to know who you are. You're a stranger. You're going to have to, you're not going to, you guys will be meeting each other for the first time. So, it's going to, she's going to have to get used to you, but that's natural. And not only that, like, you kind of don't, oh, okay, so you Skype a lot with her and your daughter. Okay, cool. So yeah, so it probably will be a little bit weird, but honestly, right, you're just the guy in the computer. So to see the guy in the computer in real life might be frightening to her. I don't know. Kids get scared about the weirdest things, so but she might be super stoked. Have no expectations. Go at it just with, an open heart, because you're new to her life, she's new to your life. You're both literally on even ground, right? And so as long as you treat her well, she's not gonna kids generally don't dislike someone for no reason. So, you know, yeah, okay, and you played her countless songs, then, yeah, you're coming in, you have every reason to be scared, but I really don't think you have any reason to be scared. Does that make sense? You have every reason to be scared and no reason to be scared at all. There you have it. So, and yeah, I think that it sounds like Skyping with her is definitely a super, giving you a head start, as it were. So I don't know though. I mean, it makes sense that you're frightened, but at the same time, I just feel like it's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay. Devin, how are you? I was just thinking about you a little bit a couple days ago. Hadn't really seen or heard much from you lately. How are you? So good to see you. It has been forever, it seems. And let's see, Andre. And kids do believe that people come from TV are real so that you have a head start. You have tech, so she knows you're more than just a guy. Right, you're just some random stranger or whatever. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah, and see, Pussycat's got 2 kids, so Pussycat is in a much better position to be all judgmental about your potential future fathernesses. But even Pussycat's like, it sounds like you're gonna be a great dad. But yeah, take it easy, it'll be fine. And this much, I'm sure you know this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Kids are chaotic. You're not gonna be able to plan how it works. You're gonna be flying by the seat of your pants, playing it by ear for a while with kids. So, don't expect a regimented greeting and routine to develop immediately. Kids are chaotic. So, you embrace the chaos. And let's see here, Mitchie Mama, you have a question. What's the name of Kenny Roberts' song that goes with Kemma Wellerman's Reef video? Off the top of my head, no, it's not. Oh, is it Hot Shot? Yeah, actually, yeah, is it, yeah, I think actually Devin's right. Is it Hot Shot? The one where, yeah, I think that one is the Reef video one. Yeah, it is Hot Shot. And that's, you can get that Kenny Roberts song, even though it's a Kenny Roberts song, it is on a Lono album. And so if you wanted to actually buy the album that song is on, you would purchase Heavy on Hawaiian Style, which can be purchased at lonomusic.com. And, yeah, and there you have it. And, let's see here. Andre, you got that album too. And Big Bag Fox, I'm mad Statter actually, but I really like what you just did there. Mad Scatter. Yeah, that's about, that sums things up quite nicely, actually. That sums things up quite nicely. So, speaking of Lono, we've got a little Lono listening break here that we're going to be listening to in just a second. It's a song that is not off of any album. You can only find it on his YouTube channel, Kaupe'epe'e. It's about a local on the island of Molokai who is convinced that he is royalty. So, let's get this Lono listening party started.
All right, Moi boy, Molokai. Got some land over here, got some land over there. I'm my father's great-grandfather's only living heir. When those lawyers find me, things are gonna change. I'll be sitting up there with the governor herself, sipping on champagne. Cause I'm Moi boy, Molokai. If I wasn't so Moi, you could look me in the eye. Go and check your genealogy, 'cause that's what you gotta do. You could be here sitting next to me. You could be Moi boy, that's right, I'm Moi boy. genealogy, 'cause that's what you gotta do. You could be here sitting next to me. You could be more A2. That's right. You could be more A. Boy.
All right, there we go. So that was our little Lono break, little good-natured, funny little tune about a local guy who thinks that he's royalty, and you're not allowed to look him in the eye, because if you are not royalty, you can't look royalty in the eye, according to Hawaiian tradition. That's right. So you haven't recorded it yet, Big Bad Fox, so you'll play it in front of her the first time at some point. Nice. There you go. And let's see here. Andre talking about some delicious granola, I think, that he might have gotten from Darlene. And by the way, if you aren't familiar with Darlene's granola, then you don't know anything about granola. I'll just tell you that right now. Darlene's granola is taking the StatterBox Crew by storm. And if you want to, let's see here, if you want to, hold on, what did I do? If you want to find the, all right, hold on. Trying to do way too many things at once. I'll post a link to my Discord channel that has the recipe for this particular delicious granola. But right now, I've got too many things going on, so I won't do that until when I'm done doing other stuff. And let's see here. Wait, what are you talking about, Andre? Going to the City of Refuge? All right, that's cool. So let's see here. Mad Statter says, Poppy Shaney, for some reason, seeing Lono wearing a Penn State Nittany Lion makes you smile, probably because the shirt couldn't be more not Hawaiian. Well, from my understanding, Lono is a fan of the footballs. I think he is a fan of Tennessee, actually, is the favorite football team of his, or perhaps his tutu lady. I'm guessing it's his tutu lady, but he gets to adopt the Tennessee college football jersey for that reason. And let's see here, Pussycat, tonight's ice cream flavor of the day is chocolate chip mini. I'm thinking you're gonna say you mean chocolate chip mint. Oh, Pussycat, you can have all of it. It's all yours. It's all yours. Darlene, on the other hand, you might have to share with her. Exactly. All right, you guys. So, hey, I made a video, let's see here, last year around about this time. And it was featuring the beautiful fall leaves. And you know what? I figured rather than make another one, because I didn't, might as well show the one from last year. So I am going to show you this video of my particular neighborhood area. Okay, not my neighborhood. It's the fancier part, the richer part. But yeah. The leaves are starting to actually, even though I keep saying we're in second summer, because we kind of are, the leaves are starting to turn. And the fall leaves in the Pacific Northwest, I think, rival those of New England. So, let's just go on a quick holo holo, shall we?
It's all behind me, this broken ship by war. I'm surrounded by four walls, but I ain't got you. Tell me what it takes just to be with you. Give me just a hint and I'll know too. I need a break 'cause I ain't got you. Down on the sand and there I go once again, thinking about you, trying to make this dream come true. And all the while the bright sunshine makes my thoughts go weird. I'm going in, I'm gonna swim and be free again. It's a sunset fading in tonight. You can come over and make it right. And it's your schooling that's holding you back. Baby, I can't wait. And so we'll count all the lonely days, they keep going by. When you took off your Ray-Bans and let me stare into your deep blue eyes. Baby, baby, what am I supposed to do? I'd be holding you in my arms tonight. Just living since I met you. Sail over to my house, eyes are blue, just a little bit closer. Send me those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes. Send me those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes. Send me, gonna climb that mountain to the little town, gonna see the girl in the little green house, gonna make my way through night and day, just a little bit closer. Send me, through the window I see her looking out at me in her cut-off jeans. Yeah, I really, really need. Is it just that I feel so good inside? Just a little bit closer. Send me those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes. Send me those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes of summer, those blue eyes. Send me, gonna climb that mountain to the little town, gonna see the girl in the little green house, gonna make my way through night and day, just a little bit closer. Send me, through the window I see her looking out at me in her cut-off jeans. Yeah, I really, really need. Is it just that I feel but it happened anyway, and it hurts each time that I see her face. Left a message 'cause I know that's as close as I'll get, wondering every time there's a full moon again. What was the good thing that came out of this? Once again we're looking for control. Well, it's a raging sea in front of me, I'm being tossed and turned like a boat at sea. All I need is some time, and I'm wondering if did that lady carry me where no one else could see, when no one else would have me. Did that lady carry me? It's that lesson in life I'm learning every day. When the winds from the south bring the cold and the rain, and the minute
saw it burning, fires in her eyes, but it kept me warm all those long cold nights. Could it ever have worked if we kept it intact? Before we lost everything, we could never get back. Yeah, we'll pick up the pieces and start over again. And I'll take her from the crowd, 'cause she's my best friend. It's a raging sea in front of me. I'm being tossed and turned like a boat at sea. All I need is some time, and I'm wondering if did that lady carry me where no one else could see, where no one else would have me? Did that lady carry me? Well, it's a raging sea in front of me. I'm being tossed and turned like a boat at sea. All I need is some time, and I'm wondering if did that lady carry me where no one else could see, when no one else would have me? Did that lady carry me? Did that lady carry me where no one else could see, when no one else would have me? Did that lady carry me? Living on the outside, breaking up inside, all because of the image we want them to see. She goes on dreaming, no commitments here. It's just the goodbyes, and it hurts through the night. From the morning that she said goodbye and then went off and leaving, inside was a lonely cry, this pain without the healing. She said it's this that I miss, and I'll have no regrets, 'cause it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Sharing the sunshine, he watched his day go by, still hidden inside, he couldn't say what he felt, and he cried for the first time as she went on her way, and letting her go was the price he would pay. From the morning that he said goodbye and then went on believing, inside was a lonely cry, this pain without the healing. He said it's this that I miss, and I'll have no regrets, 'cause it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. It's you. From the moment that she said goodbye and then went on believing, inside was a lonely cry, this pain without the healing. She said it's this that I miss, and I'll have no regrets, 'cause it's you that I'm falling in love with again. From the moment that he said goodbye and then went on believing, said it's this that I miss, and I'll have no regrets, 'cause it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. Yes, it's you that I'm falling in love with again. It's you.
Give me love in the evening when the moon is shining so bright. The Hawaiian Islands sparkle in your eyes. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you right now. Yes, I'm dreaming of you right now. When I'm thinking of you, girl, the day you came into my world, life began again for me. Take me all the way, girl. I can wait forever. Just a little time will do it. Give me love in the evening when the moon is shining so bright. The Hawaiian Islands sparkle in your eyes. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you right now. Yes, I'm dreaming of you right now. When we're alone, holding you so close, and I'm looking in your eyes. Take me, I will give you love, girl, one more time for reason. I hear your heart beating. Give me love in the evening when the moon is shining so bright. The Hawaiian Islands sparkle in your eyes. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you right now. Yes, I'm dreaming of you right now. Take me. We're here on Maui, the Valley Island, under a moonlit sky.
All right, there you have it, Rabbit. Andre recognizes where that end shot was. Yes, indeedy, that was very near the Fauntleroy ferry terminal. And I have no doubt in my mind that Andre probably, when visiting the Seattle area, got lost and just wandered. Because, actually, lost is just a judgmental term for those who are wandering, right? And boy, oh boy, some of our streets, well, a lot of our streets don't have this thing called grids. It's just grids. What is a grid? And so you think you're going one way, and then you're not. So I have no doubt in my mind that Andre might have found himself wandering along those streets, shall we say, when he was thinking he was going someplace and ended up someplace else. So, let's see here. Devin, have you guys heard of pods of orcas attacking rudders on yachts and tearing the rudders apart? The people were speaking Spanish, but I'm not sure where they're from. Yes, I know exactly where you're talking about. And Devin, those are a pod of orcas that are in the Mediterranean Sea near the Straits of Gibraltar. And if you know anything about geography, you'll know that Spain is kind of near the Straits of Gibraltar. In fact, the Straits of Gibraltar might even be in Maine, but you're not Maine. The Straits of Gibraltar are not in Maine, but they might belong to Spain. I can't really remember exactly, but I do know that Spain is near there, which would explain the Spanish. And yes, those let's see here, those orcas in the Mediterranean are taking no guff from anybody. They are ramming the sailboats. They are ramming the yachts. They are chewing on the rudders. They are leaving some boats like virtually unusable, and they're not exactly sure what is causing this behavior. But they're definitely the orcas in that area are basically showing the humans just who is boss out in the water. And you always need to remember, when you are in the water, you are in their element, not yours. Your element as a human being is land. You are a land-based creature. You are not a skyborn creature. You are not a seaborn creature. You are a land-based creature. So always, when you are in the water, you need to respect the sea-based creatures. And do I like the food you made your wife? Yeah, all those things that you made her sound like they would be something that I would definitely love to sample. The cheesecake, the steaks, the flash fried flippin' potatoes or whatever it was with the it all sounded good. And yeah, exactly, Rick. Orca is just messing with the boats. That's exactly what that's exactly what it seems like they're doing. And let's see here. Let me see what I missed while I was busy talking about the orcas beating up the sailboats. And then let's see here. Oh no, Gina, here the chill vibe got you a little sleepy. Well, that's good. Hopefully, sleep will come easy and you will slumber soundly. Because it sucks when you go to sleep and then you're so tired. This happens to me more often than I care to admit. I'm so tired, I'll literally be falling asleep in my chair or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, clearly I need to go to bed. So then you go to bed and then you're wide awake. You're completely wide awake. Or I am. I mean, I don't know about though. Let's see here. Devin, you, that's so funny, Devin. Your enthusiastic description of the orcas got caught in our little spam filter bot, or not spam, but our naughty word bot. But I let it come through because yes, those suckers were ramming the crap out of those things hard. And it wasn't just one. No, it was a pod. Yeah, the orcas work together when they are not singular hunters. And they are obviously treating these sailboats as prey to be hunted in some way or another. Obviously, they're not eating it per se, but yeah, they're working together to F things up, as it were. And let's see here. So Big Bad Fox is making everybody jealous with all the food that he makes for his wife. You made smoked barbecue-style meatloaf with creamy sweet potato mash and creamy mint sauce and a double upside-down chocolate cake. Okay, I don't know how I would feel about the mint sauce, but everything else you can put in my mouth right now. But since it was for her on her birthday, it doesn't matter what I think about it. I'm guessing she was just like, gobble, 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 gobble. Because for the most part, yeah. And Darlene, by all means, no, don't worry. You got to go talk to your peeps. You got to go talk to your fam. And let's see here. Do you get a prize for triggering the Autobot? No, you don't actually, because Pussycat was the one who got the prize last time for that. I think Pussycat might have even been a mod, and somehow he managed to do something that pissed off the bot that was totally innocuous. It was not even, I don't even remember what he said, but it was very innocent. But that bot has a dirty little mind, and it blocked it like nobody's business. It was kind of funny, a mod getting blocked. It's like, please. Big Bad Fox, she didn't even leave you any of that stuff. Oh, no. Well, clearly she was a big fan then. Yes, there we go. Yeah, exactly, Andre. The all-seeing yet not so smart bot. That is precisely it. That is it exactly. All right, you guys, it is time to be thinking about winding things up. So I want to thank everybody here for hanging out. I want to thank everybody here for letting Big Bad Fox 19 come in and be one of the gang. And I'm super stoked that Big Bad Fox is able to join right in with the chatter of the StatterBox crew, like he's just been one of us for the whole time. That's it, one of us. Anyway, you were a chef before you were in the Army. That would explain everything. Why you're able to just be like, cheesecake, double creamed, pan fried, seared over here, sprinkled with blah blah blah, cream sauces all round. That's how you cook, right? I just did it. So, Andre, thank you so much for the 10,000 biddies, and Mitchie Mama, thank you for the 200 biddies, and thank Poppy Shaney for the gift subs, and thank Andre for the gift subs, and anybody else who resubbed, thank you for the subs, and thank you so much for hanging out. And let's see here. Your father and grandfather and great-grandfather were chefs and soldiers. Sounds like family tradition, as it were. And Devin, oh yes, thank you so much, Devin, for stopping in. I hope that we get to see you soon again, because it has been so long. And for those of you who don't know, we've got a show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. West Coast time. And we've got a show every Sunday, 5 p.m. West Coast time. Both are chatter shows like we had today. And then on Saturdays, we have got a StatterBox at the cinema where we show a movie. Yesterday, we showed Beetlejuice. Next Saturday, I'm not quite sure what we're going to be showing, so I cannot give you that info right now. But it is 6 p.m. West Coast time if you want to hang out for the movie. So, let's see here. Big Bad Fox, you don't do Spanish food? All right, well, that's funny you should say that, because I have just recently gone on a kick of learning how to make a couple Spanish dishes, and I'm kind of going down the little Spanish cuisine rabbit hole here. So, you need to. I'm gonna agree with you. You need to learn a little bit more about the Spain, because if you like garlic, Spanish food is all about the garlic. That's what I'm finding out right now. And Mitchie Mama, do I have Little Shop of Horrors? No, but that doesn't mean I can't get it. And I think that Little Shop of Horrors would be a very good October themed movie, because even though it's not necessarily scary and it's not exactly Halloween themed, it is got a Little Shop of Horrors. It's sort of a horror-ish thing-ish, and that's the kind of loose interpretation of October movies that we're looking for here. Sort of Halloween-ish, but not really. So let's see here. Big Bad Fox, when you leave the service, you're going to reopen your father's restaurant. It's been closed since he passed away. Well, but you still own it. That's cool. And I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but maybe quit like tomorrow and open the restaurant the day after tomorrow, because it sounds like you could have a really good restaurant, and maybe you should quit the service now so you can make the restaurant a restaurant again, because it sounds like you make yummy food. Yep, that's it. That's my advice for you. Quit the service now. Open your restaurant. It sounds delicious. And let's see here. Hold on. So, Charlie J every day. You've been trying to watch for a while, but bad McDonald's internet. Let's see here. All right then, there we go. Awesome. So I guess you're the CEO of McDonald's now every day, Charlie J or whatever. Fantastic. Yeah, I know you'd get military prison if you skipped out. I was kidding. I was sort of kidding. And so let's see here. But yeah, Rick, exactly. That was my little soapbox. So, okay, you're contracted for another year. Okay. We'll wait for a year for the yummy foods to hit the restaurant scene. So, all right, what are you going to tell me there? There'll be an open table for me. Fantastic. I love it. All right. It is the bottom of the hour. We have had a great time today. At least I hope you all have. And don't even need to give me free food there, Big Bad Fox. I will happily pay because it sounds like it is definitely worth the dinero, so to speak. Anyway, all right. It is 6:31, so we're a minute past the bottom hour. All right. Hope to see you guys on Wednesday at 5 p.m. West Coast time, and we will be talking about whales. I've got a bunch of whale videos, and yeah, we already had a little sneak peek in the chat about what one of the whale videos would be like, but we've got a couple others too. So, all right then, Andre, thank you so much for those biddies, and until then, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.